Welcome to Swedish duel review. Today I have two albums by a Swedish black metal name called Hermodr, or Hermodr, like it might be said in some parts. As you can see, we have two albums by the very same band. These are actually both kind of a reissues or re-releases of two different releases. Better explained this way. As you can see, this is Ghost of the Cold Winds and the Deep End EPs in one package, both released in 2017. Let's take a look at this very soon. And the other one is similar in design, as you can see, as one with These Woods and A Moment of Solitude. Again, two EPs from I think 2017, in single release. Both looking nice digipacks, released by Wolfspell Records. Nice design, creating this kind of a nice atmosphere with its very woody, melancholic, beautiful nature images. And the other one is very much in the same style, maybe a little bit different mood here with its black and white forest images. Once again, nice looking digipack, and as you can see, this is of limited edition. So Hermodr is one of those bands that has put out a lot of releases during its only a few years of existence, something like 30 plus in less than 10 years. That is quite an achievement, I guess, and it's not always a compliment kind of a thing. Now, Hermodr's material is a little bit tricky. On the other hand, it's kind of a melancholic, very atmospheric, beautiful black metal with lengthy tracks, not much going on, not very riff-oriented as such, as maybe more moody kind of a thing with its atmospheric parts and melodic riffs, distant screamy vocals and more softer parts of singing, and it's repeating itself a lot. Now the downside of this is way too much gets released. That is not necessarily a bad thing, not every band of course, but when the quality is the issue versus quantity, it kind of becomes a problematic. Hermodr is basically, in my opinion, on the verge of success and not doing the good thing. Unlike bands like Streborg, which has done total crap, and some better ones, Hermodr has been more on the positive side, definitely all the way. But still, to be honest, some releases are better than others. Now, this is also the reason why this kind of a dual review takes place. First of all, 4 different EPs in 2 different releases, which could be just one mega big release on its own. Now, I'm not saying this kind of a release policy is a bad thing, because obviously these both offer a full deal of music here. So, for example, there's like 4 tracks, and there's another 2 tracks here. So these are like full albums, and I don't know if it would be good if these albums were like some 70 minutes long. So maybe this kind of a release policy is better. But then again, releasing like 4 different EPs and then like another 2 EPs, full lengths made of these EPs during one single year, I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing. Maybe if people want to be pushed all around with new releases like bling bling bling, kind of like social media thing, then it's good. But that seems to be like the opposite of what Hermodr is about when it comes to the music. This kind of a soothing atmosphere, creating this little bit melancholic, moody vibe that gets your imagination going to the forests of green, full of life, birds singing, maybe a fox running around, all that stuff. Like putting yourself in the middle of forest, and then all your social media is like bling, 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 bling. So I don't know, it's kind of weird, but that's beside the point. What Hermodr is all about, in essence, and in a good way, is that it's the only guy behind the band, Rauta, is very good creating these atmospheric parts. All the long tracks, which sometimes really annoy me with some of the bands, are actually made in a way that kind of makes sense. I mean, they are never boring. Maybe they could be more like catchy in the sense that they could I could feel myself humming these tracks later on. But this doesn't really happen with these kind of albums. So I don't know, maybe they could be better if they were just, a little bit shorter, kind of a more catchy stuff. But then again, who I am to judge which way to go? Now the question is obviously which one of these releases is better if one would have to go with one. I don't know what reason that would be, but just in the sake of this kind of dual review thing, well, I would say as one with these woods and a moment of silence is rather good one. I think actually this Ghost of the Cold Winds, the deep end release is, in my opinion, the better one. I don't know, it really comes into just these kind of atmospheric details. While some is like, quite okay, and some is like, hey, this is really getting somewhere. So if you had to choose out of these two for some peculiar reason, take this one. Take Ghost of the Cold Winds and the Deep End. Even if you get them as single releases, which are, by the way, all out there as Bandcamp releases. But then again, if you basically like one Hermodr album, then there is a good chance you will like most of them, if not all. So definitely an atmospheric Swedish black metal thing, which you need to be checking out right now if you're unfamiliar with the band. Beautiful packaging, nice atmospheric black metal. There it is. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.